A dangerous close call at Lindbergh Field, the near miss between one commercial plane taking off and another trying to land.
Despite new CDC guidance, masks are still required here in California. The confusion local restaurants are trying to address.
Students take seats on the County Board of Education for the first time ever. Their roles and the motivation for giving them this platform.
ABC 10 News starts now with breaking news.
An investigation is underway at Lindbergh Field after a close call on the runway. Good evening. I'm Kimberly Hunt.
And I'm Steve Atkinson. One commercial plane had to abort its landing last night because there was already a different plane on the runway trying to take off. Our ABC 10 News anchor Derek Stahl is live at Lindbergh Field where the investigation is now underway. Derek.
Yeah, the FAA says it's investigating what led up to this incident and exactly how close these two planes got to one another. But the experts we've spoken with today say this was a close call.
Southwest 3446 Lumber Tower, runway 27, clear to land. Traffic in position is a heavy Airbus.
An Alaska Airlines flight operated by SkyWest was coming in for a landing a little after 10:30 p.m. Thursday. That plane had taken off from Portland with space for up to 76 passengers, although we don't know how many were actually on board. But down below,
We need to pull off. We have a mechanical issue.
there was a Delta flight that had been held up because of a mechanical issue. That flight was on its way to Detroit in a plane that can hold up to 234 passengers. Radio traffic shows the flight was cleared to the runway, where it sat for a little over 3 minutes. Flight radar reveals what happened next. This dip shows the landing SkyWest plane got just 200 feet off the ground when it got the order to abort and go around. The Alaska commuter plane circled around, and the FAA says the Delta flight did take off safely. But the incident has aviation experts scratching their heads.
There's so much electronic equipment available for everything you can think of in both the cockpit of the aircraft and the landing situation. And the main center had handed off, as I said, to the tower. Again, the tower visually had connection with the flight and also with the radar situation. So, again, these situations should not happen.
Back live, you can see it's cloudy tonight. We know from the weather data it was also cloudy last night, but there was no fog, and the experts we spoke with say visibility should not have been a factor here. We have reached out to all the airlines involved. Delta got back to us and said its crew followed all the instructions from the air traffic controllers here at Lindbergh Field for a safe departure, and otherwise they referred our questions to the FAA. Reporting live, I'm Derek Stahl, ABC 10 News.
Derek, thank you. ABC 10 News broke this story on the 10 News mobile app. We will continue to dig into the breaking developments throughout the night, both on 10news.com and our ABC 10 News newscast.
San Diego businesses are responding tonight to new CDC guidelines loosening mask requirements. For now, masks are still mandated in California. ABC 10 News reporter Jennifer De La Cruz is joining us now live to explain how some restaurants are handling the guidance differently. Jennifer?
Hey, Kimberly, the California Restaurant Association tells me they've actually seen confrontations at their locations today because guests are coming in and they don't expect to have to wear a mask. Those new CDC guidelines are causing a lot of confusion for restaurants and retail businesses here. New mask guidance from the CDC is sparking confusion in the state of California. The CDC guidance is a recommendation, not a rule, which means state mask requirements still stand. But business owners are interpreting the rules differently.
At the moment, things are firing at us so quick. That decision has yet to be determined for us.
Joey Busalaki with Barbusa in Little Italy says dropping mask requirements for only some people would be hard to enforce.
Basically, the whole issue comes down to is how are we going to decide if someone's vaccinated or not vaccinated? We are going to follow the laws, and we're going to make sure that everyone is safe and feels safe.
State industry guidance for restaurants still requires masks for employees and customers. Other restaurant groups say they're leaving it up to the customer. Puesto owner Eric Adler tells ABC 10 News they will still require masks for employees. He adds it will be up to the guests to follow state and local guidelines. At Barbusa, they say following the rules is in every business owner's best interest.
I don't think anybody wants to get in that predicament where they have to risk something as valuable to them as the liquor license.
The county tells me they will not be making changes to their mask guidance until the state tells them to do so. Reporting live from Mission Beach, Jennifer Dela Cruz, ABC 10 News.
Jennifer, thank you. Here is the latest on coronavirus in San Diego County. There were about 260 new local cases reported today. That's about 2% of all the tests given yesterday. The county also says 3 more people died from the virus.
You know, some memories of things and stuff that it can never be replaced.
Tonight, more military families are coming forward, claiming their military housing was unsafe with mold. The attorney for one family tells our Team 10 investigator Adam Rakusin, while protecting their country, they had to worry about the safety of their family.
When you've got 3 boys under the age of 8 and a dog, living in an RV can be a tight fit.
I'm embarrassed for you to see that room.
But for the Huffmans, it's home. This isn't their dream home, but for now, a place where they can feel safe. The Huffmans moved to San Diego back in 2016. Matt's a staff sergeant in the Marines.
We were nervous first coming out here, you know, the change in the cost of living and everything, and so we decided to go with base housing.
That's April Huffman, or to these 3 boys, Mom. She says at the end of 2018, they moved into this community in the Tierra Santa area, run by the private government contractor Lincoln Military Housing. According to the lawsuit the family filed against San Diego Family Housing and Lincoln Military Property Management, the Huffmans discovered multiple defects and problems with the home. April says within a week of moving in, 2 of her boys got sick.
These 2 just started having like a really bad cold or something coming on.
April says those cold-like symptoms didn't go away. And for one of her boys, things got much worse. Logan had trouble breathing, a sight his dad could barely handle.
Sitting there watching him in the hospital bed, struggling to breathe, and having a hard time reacting to the medication and stuff they're doing.
With no answers, the family says they called in a company to run air tests and swabs.
It came back with several different toxic molds.
April says they contacted Lincoln to let them know, but things didn't go smoothly.
It took us demanding and getting Kids Command involved to get them to displace us so that we could leave the home. So we did. We left the home and then we went and lived in a hotel for about 3 months.
The company eventually pulled different parts of the house apart. Matt says these pictures show what they found and what his family was living in. The Huffmans' lawsuit claims there was microbial growth and contamination inside the home, visible microbial growth in the kitchen and bathroom, and odor throughout the interior living spaces, and elevated moisture levels.
This family was exposed to microbial spores and water intrusion in their home, which caused them health issues, including respiratory issues, asthma, skin rashes, headaches, nosebleeds, things like that.
Jessica Sizemore-Wetzel is the family's lawyer.
As people, we value the safety and sanctity of our homes, and for over a year, this family was unable to enjoy that.
A spokesperson for Lincoln Military Housing didn't comment on the Huffmans' lawsuit. In court filings, they've denied all allegations. The lawsuit is still in the early pretrial stages. A spokesperson for Lincoln Military Housing says that they treat all reports of water intrusion or mold as an emergency request. In a statement, the spokesperson wrote in part, "If water intrusion or suspected mold is found in a home, we promptly remediate it and will enlist the support of licensed contractors and third-party microbial experts as necessary." Team 10 discovered at least 7 other lawsuits in the San Diego area that claim microbial spores or mold in military housing that's run by Lincoln or one of its other subsidiaries or affiliated companies. Lawyers for the Clover family shared these photos with Team 10. Their 2019 lawsuit claims they were exposed to excessive moisture, dampness, and humidity, as well as microbial contamination. In that case, Lincoln also denied the allegations. Lincoln's legal team asked the case be thrown out, claiming as government contractors, they're protected from being held liable. There's also this case.
My breathing was bad. I got sick a lot.
In 2019, a Marine Corps family won a $2 million lawsuit against Lincoln Military Housing after they say mold made their children sick. The court agreed with the family about medical expenses and left part of the decision in place. However, the judge ordered a new trial over the issue of money for pain and suffering and past emotional distress.
We have a real problem here.
Complaints from residents are nothing new for government contractors that run military housing. In 2019, the heads of 5 different companies, including the then president of Lincoln Military Housing, testified before Congress about the current condition of the military housing privatization initiative.
The men and women of LMH work every day to serve all of our families with honor and integrity.
Senators grilled the men about housing conditions and complaints.
How many military children deserve to be exposed to mold, lead, or other health hazards as a consequence of living in privatized housing units?
0, Senator.
I agree, Senator. 0.
I also agree, Senator. 0.
A spokesperson for Lincoln says they stand behind the statement they made to Congress in 2019, and they strive for every one of their residents to be 100% satisfied with their Lincoln experience. That congressional hearing happened about 3 months after the Huffmans moved into their San Diego home.
Everything porous, or paper and things like that we had to trash. Our sofa, entertainment centers, bookshelves, mattresses, sheets and comforters, everything like that had to be thrown out onto the street.
Matt says they had to start over, first in a hotel, then this RV. While most of his things can be replaced, the letters his dad wrote him while in boot camp can't.
A lot of them were from my dad, and
he passed away about 10 years ago.
So just those memories. Just having to throw them away and not being able to read back through them.
Adam Merkusen, ABC 10 News.
That is difficult. Right now, the Huffmans case is still in the early stages. Matt retires from the military next month, says his family plans to move back to North Carolina. He adds he's so shaken by this experience, the only way forward is to build his own house so he can guarantee there is no mold.